Good afternoon, Year 10s. Thanks for coming along, guys. Julius, Jack, Zina, Callista, thanks for saying hi on the chat. Much appreciated. Right, I'll switch my camera over.
Come on, guys.
Julius, pause that too. I'll switch my camera over to my clip cam. There we go. And I'll share my screen. Right. Year 10. Yeah. Okay, right. Okay, guys. Switch my tablet into tablet mode. Blimey, look at that. Screen up, screen up, screen up, screen. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, so I set you guys a short activity to do at the start of the lesson. It wasn't really a homework. It should only have taken you 5 minutes to do. And what really this was getting you to do, guys, was to use the methylpropute. That's really what I was targeting on this. Yeah. Hi, Mita. It's been ages. I've been in all your webinars. Henry's even there. Hi, Henry. Thanks for coming along. It's lovely to see you, Mita. Lovely to see you. Oh, it's been ages since I have been in your webinars. I know. So we're doing just some simple organic naming today, Mita. So this will be right up your alley. You'll be able to impress my Year 10s. So the first one, guys, 2 carbons, eth. I'll switch to being in green. So it's an eth, 2 carbons in the chain. Next one is, I want to change my pen colors to what I want to use. It's a single bond, so this is ethane. Tick it if you got it. Next, longest chain on this one is 4, so it's a bute. All single bonds, so it's an ane. This is, so just to tell you, this is STEM and what's called, I'm going to start A-level from tomorrow. Oh, that's amazing. Mita, you want to watch some of my YouTube videos? So if you go to my channel and go to my playlists, you can have a look at, do the calculations one first. Just came for a little revision, fair enough. Do the calculations videos, and when you finish them, send me a message on one of these videos, and then I'll send you the test for you to have a go at. Also, you can have a look at the structure and bonding one as well. Both good topics to get ahead of. I like it. Next, 3 carbons, 1, 2, 3, but it contains a double bond. So this is prop, which is 3, and of course it would actually be, if you wanted to add a number, you can. That would be prop 1-ene because it's between carbon 1 and 2. But you can't get prop 2-ene because you just count it from the other direction, but it's nice to mention it. Now, this was deliberate, guys. I did this on purpose. 3 carbons in the chain. Once again, it's prop. And again, it's got the double bond. So this is also propene. Now, I've done this deliberately to show you guys that you can get these kind of images in different formats. And it also reinforces prop, because prop is the one that most students forget, and it's the one that's most commonly asked at GCSE. Next one, same thing again, 3 carbons. I'm going to switch to green for my chain length. 3 carbons again in a row, it's still prop. Once again, it contains a double bond, so this is propene. Same thing with the third one. I gave you 4 propenes, and I did it deliberately. Once again, it's nice to see the number counting would be in this direction for this one. So it's still prop, and it's still going to be propene. If you wanted to include the 1, you could. Yeah, next one, number of carbons in the chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a bute, but this time it's got a carbon-carbon double bond in it, and it's between carbons 2 and 3. This is bute 2-ene, and it needs the number 2. At GCSE, they actually don't care if you don't include it. They will allow you to simply call it butene, but it's better for me to teach you to do it properly rather than to do it badly. Next one is another bute. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is also a bute, but this time the carbon-carbon double bond is between carbons 1 and 2. So this is bute 1-ene, and these 2 are isomers. It's nice just to remember this word, iso meaning same, and mer meaning parts. These 2 are isomers. My tutor told me to start the bonding part at first. So should I start with that? Sure, you can do meter if you like. If you want to do the bonding videos, you can indeed. Bonding is much harder. Bonding is really, it's the most important topic in the whole of chemistry. It's closely followed by calculations. So you can start on either, it won't make any difference. Bonding you'll have a good bit of understanding with because a lot of it is GCSE. But yeah, feel free. Just let me know when you're finished and I'll give you a test. Meter, you ought to give me your contact details so that we can actually do an online lesson if you want, and I can go through a test with you. Next one. This, by the way, this was a stretch and challenge question. This formula is straight out of A-level. It's called skeletal formulae. Now, skeletal formulae, yes, please do some videos on that. On bonding, they're already done. It's got a playlist, all there. So this one is, once again, what you do is you count the kinks in the chain. Carbon, 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 carbon. Once again, this is a bute. 4 carbons in the chain. And it contains a carbon-carbon double bond between carbons 1 and 2. So this is bute 1-ene again. So nice to just see us having a go at this. The total worksheet was only out of 9, and it shouldn't have taken you very long to do it. So let's have a show of numbers on the chat, please. So guys, give me your out of 9. How many did you get? Go, go, go. Let me know how you got on. Right, today's lesson is lesson number 3. And I just told my last exam, I just gave my last exam on grade 9. Any tips for the holidays? 9 out of 9, well done. Mohammed, any tips for the holidays? Yes. Watch my YouTube videos on calculations and bonding. Watch them all the way through in the sequence, and then when you get to the end of it, just send me an email, tobyduncan@gmail.com. Send me an email asking, and I'll send you the test out, and then I can always give you some help. I can go through that test online when you've finished it, so that you know how you got on. I can send you a mark scheme if you like. Well done, Callista. Well done, Sino. Well done, Masaru. Well done, Jack. Well done, Julius. Good job. But definitely worthwhile looking. Calculations is actually the most important, because calculations students really struggle with, and it goes all the way through from AS to A2. It's a good thing to do over the holidays. Right, 3 learning objectives today, folks. Number 1, I need you to know prefix and suffix. Number 2, be able to use numbers. Again, that's a reinforcement from last lesson. Well done, Tanisha. Well done, Navina. And the last one is to draw alternative isomers. Okay, so halos and cyclos. So let's just sum up how we got on. Let's sum up what we know so far. Yeah, so we know, so let's just do, I'm trying to figure out how exactly to zoom in on this. It's not letting me move up, which is rather frustrating. I don't know why. It'll let me zoom in. I can do it like that. Okay, so lesson 3. Halos and cyclos. And cyclos. I think it's actually the other way around. And cyclos. Notice where the dots are. Okay, so what we've learned so far in organic naming, what we've learned so far is we have learned what would be classed. So this is the whole structure of an organic compound. Yeah, we have in naming, this is nomenclature. Nomenclature. You have what's called a prefix followed by the stem, which we now already know, followed by the stem, followed by parent family, parent group, followed by suffix. So that is how you actually, there are 4 parts in an organic name. Now, what we have done so far is we have done the stem. Now, the stem is the longest chain. Can we have the skeletal formula on an exam? No, not at GCSE. It would only be at A-level. So the stem is your longest chain. Yeah, longest carbon chain. Meth, eth, prop, bute, pent, hex, het, oct, non, dec, you get it. Yeah, The parent group, which we've now also picked up, is ein, een, or ein. Or ein. So we have done the stem and parent group so far. That's what we have done. What we now need to pick up is the prefixes and the suffixes. Now, a prefix is when you have an extra addition part of the name that goes in front, and then there are others where you have the extra name goes at the end, which is the suffix. So what we now need to do is I'm introducing you today to two prefixes. And those prefixes are halos and cyclos. So today's lesson is halo and cyclo, and notice my capitalization, prefix. Yeah, what this means is these parts of the name go at the front. So this is going to be, so for example, this is actually a really easy thing to teach. So for example, let's do the halos first. So let's do halo. So we can do this one. Clue number one. Let's keep this really easy. Okay. So question number one. I have given you a simple, Dave Smith, CK. Okay, so would someone like to offer me a name for this compound that I've drawn? So first of all, the name process always remains the same. Find the longest chain. The longest chain here is 1 carbon. This is going to be based on meth. Yeah, right. Now that I've got meth, I now need to decide if it's an ein, een, or ein. Now in this case, there is no double bond, there is no single bond, and there's no triple bond. And at this point, students often go, well, it's none. And I'm like, oh, no, it is. It is actually, if there are no double or triple, then it must be an ein. So this now must be methane. However, now what we have now chosen, what we have named so far would be kind of classed as this. But what we now have is this new extension, this new additional group. And this is called a halo group. This is a halo functional group. Halo functional, whoops. A halo functional group. Now, the great thing about the family name in this case is that it tells you how to name it. Yeah, methane chloride. Great effort, Jack, but you've dropped into inorganic naming. This is called a halo alkane. And the reason being is because the name is chloromethane. Chloromethane. The halo functional group is a prefix. It has gone in before it. And it becomes chloro, just like the name halo does. So the family here, this is a halo alkane. That is the family. This is a halo alkane, in this case, chloromethane. Now at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the prefix for each of the halogens. So if you had haloalkanes, I'm going to change my color for this. If I had what I should actually do is I should give you an example of each one. So an F, then I'm going to give you a Cl. I hope you understand why I'm giving it in this order, because I'm descending the group. Oops, don't need the H. A Br and an I. So all I want to do is give you what these are going to be in terms of the name. So in this case, the F becomes fluoro, ... The Cl becomes chloro, ... Chloro, ... The bromine becomes bromo, dot, dot, dot. Hence the prefix, dot, 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 and iodo, dot, dot, dot. So these are the prefixes for each of the group 7 elements. Somebody's now going to ask me about astatine, and that would be aceto, and we just don't ever come across it. Sir, you're lagging. Ooh, am I really? Oh, my internet appears to be okay. Don't know why I'm lagging. I apologize for that. Let me see if I can do something about that. I don't know why. Don't know why. Not for us. Oh, okay. So it's probably more like David to be having the problems rather than me. Okay. So I hope that now makes sense. We've got fluoro, chloro, bromo, and iodo. So let's now have a go at doing some simple naming. So question number 2. Are you ready on the chat, folks? Question number 2. So I'm now going to give you this one. How about this? Oh, I'm going to make it a little bit more tricky. Let's do that one. Right, everyone name this now. Name me that guy. On the chat, whenever you're ready. Whilst you guys are naming that on the chat, I'm going to draw my number 3. And I'm hoping you're going to understand why. It's all a game naming. It's all a game show. It's all a game. Everyone then do this one. Number 4. Let's draw number 4. I'm hoping that question number 1 and 2, chloropropane, well done, Lauren, well done, Sina. Guys, but look at number 3 and tell me what you need, where the number goes. You need to consider your numbers. Because otherwise 2 and 3 would be the same, and they're not. So the first one is going to be 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to count it from this direction so I can make the chloro the lowest number. Yeah, so this is now going to be 1 chloropropane. Right, guys, can everyone now on the chat? Ah, good effort, Jack. Good effort. Now that you realize where the number goes, put the number in the correct place. Chloropropane. No. It was a good idea to put it afterwards, but the number, whenever you're numbering someone, it always goes before who you are numbering. Interesting that people are looking. So you would, the aim, remember, bromo 2, yeah, put the number at the front. So this one's now going to be 2 chloropropane. Now, just to pick up new rules, and as I said to you guys, David's gone mad with hexane, completely mad. I don't know where you got hex from. Hex is 6. Well done, Jack. First person to give me a correct answer. No, he's even picked up the dash. A new rule for you, folks. Yeah, rule. To separate numbers and letters, you use a dash. Use a dash. So 3 dash bromo. Yeah, it's a dash. Dot, dot, dot. 2 bromobutane. Hey, Bonzo. Les Paul. Oh, have you got a nice guitar? I bet he does. Well done for those people giving me number 4 correctly. Well done. So this is now going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a bute. And it is definitely an ane. Yeah, this is butane. But I have I've got a bromo on number 2. So 2 bromobutane. You don't separate any numbers at all. Sorry, any letters. Letters you don't separate, you just run them together. Hey everybody, I've got lots of people joining my class today. That's lovely. Got Flexi FN. Hi, thanks for coming. Okay, so now that we've now picked up a prefix and how we need to, where the number needs to go when we're numbering something. So let's do now a whole load of these. Let's see how you guys get on. Now you're gonna have to try and keep up with me here, folks. Do the best you can. So what question number was that? Number 4. Let's go to question number 5. Let's go for this guy. And yes, I'm trying to make it awkward for you. Absolutely. Let's do that. Got to try and draw my H's now. We are working, anybody who's new to the lesson, we're working on prefixes and we're working on 2 prefixes, which is the halos and the cyclones. So would someone like to be the first person to give me the name of that one, please? Number 6, don't forget. If it's got a bend, it doesn't matter. Don't overthink this. Yeah, step 1, find the longest chain. Step 2, parent family, ein, or ein. Step number 3, any prefixes or suffixes, and don't forget their number. Number 6, how about we now go for this one? Now this one's going to interest me. Let's see how many people can do this. How about that guy? Ooh, 1-iodopentane. Zyna, well done. Callista, don't forget your number. Bonzo, well done. Good job. 1-iodopentane, spot on. Don't forget to put the dash between the 1 and the I. Zyna, well done. Absolutely spot on. Let's go through that one now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. It's based on pent. Step number 2, it is all single bonds. This is based on pentane. Now, what addition do I have? I have an iodo, and what's its location? It is on number 1. You'd always count from the left-hand side because you want to make the number as low as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is 1-iodopentane. Well done, guys. I'm very impressed. Good job. Look at that. Julius has retracted? Oh, I love the fact that Callista's spelling chloro are like colupropene. I don't know what colu is, Callista, but it's very funny. Chloro. Yeah. Next one. How are people getting on? Do I have one yet? 1-chloropropene from Callista. Well done. Lauren, 1-chloropropene. David, I think, has given me this. No, you gave me that answer before. I gotta go by. No problem. David, it ends with ane as it only contains carbon-carbon single bonds. Ah, look at that. Jack giving some support. Love it. So this one, I'll leave that one up there for anyone to see. So this one, step number 1, longest chain. 1, 2, 3. This is based on prop. Ane or een. It is an een. And we're going to count it from that direction, make the numbers as low as possible. Prop 1-ene, not that you really need it. And it's going to be and this one is a chloro group, also on carbon number 1. 1-chloro, prop 1-ene. You don't actually need the 1-ene, but I love that Julius did it as well. By the way, sorry it took me a bit to find the link. I've caught up now. No problem. Okay, guys. Let's see if you can figure out where I'm going with this lesson. So now that you've had, oh, actually, no, before you do that, number 7, I'm going to stretch and challenge. Stretch and challenge. Stretch and challenge. What about that one? Okay, thanks, Jack. Oh, that's nice. Oh, Jack, I'm so proud of you. Well done. So what would this one be called? We're picking up a new rule. About to pick up a new rule. So, step number 1, the process is still the same. Step number 1, longest chain. This is based on meth. Ain or een? Well, there isn't a double or a triple, so it must. Oh, check out Owen. Wow, that's neat. How did Zyno and Owen both get it? And Masara got it. And Owen, well done. Guys, I'm very impressed. They picked it up. They must have heard me say it at some point. So this one is going to be based on Meath. It is definitely an ain, and I have got 2 chloros, and in chemistry, that would be dichloromethane. Well done to those 2. Shoot, I messed up so much. So, by the way, if you wanted the numbers, if you wanted them, you'd have to include 2 numbers. This would actually be 1,1 dash dichloro, just so you know, dichloromethane, if you wanted the numbers. But because they're not, the chloros can't go anywhere else, you don't really need them, but you can include them if you like. I'm very impressed. Don't worry, Owen. Yeah, don't worry. You'll get better. You've done really well, Owen. It was good. I love the fact that you gave me methane. Let's go for number... I'm curious to see how far I can go with this. Okay. Let's go really far. Let's go for this guy. What about that one? Impress me, year 10. Impress me. David, it's lovely to see you giving such great support. Thanks. I completely got it wrong. It's just a game, Jack. It's just a game. It's just a game show. What about that one, Jack? Whilst you guys are doing that one, dibromoethane. Ah, it's a good effort, Masaru. Ah, now Callista's attempted to give me numbers, but the numbers are not correct. You must have numbers for this one. Owen hasn't got enough numbers, because he thinks that one of them is attached to 1, and then where's the second number? If you've got 2 people, you need 2 numbers. Lauren hasn't given me any numbers either, but it's a great effort. I don't mind it. GCSE, it would be allowed. 1, 2, Julius! Oh, but he separated the letters. Julius, you never separate letters. They just run together. So close. And you didn't separate the numbers with the... And Jack! Oh, Jack! High five, Jack, first to get it solidly correct. Well done. Boom. Well done. Virtual high five. Nailed it. Callista, close second. Well done. No, Callista, you got it wrong. You didn't include your die. There you go. Good job, Zyna. Well done. Jack nailed it. So let's, again, guys, the process never changes. Step number 1, find your longest chain. This is based on ETH. Is it an ain or an een? It is an ain. And I now have 2 bromos, and one of them is on carbon number 1, and one of them is on carbon number 2. Wait, my die went missing. It's because you forgot to type it. So we've got 1, 2, dibromo ethane. Guys, I'm very impressed. Very impressed indeed. Are you ready for number 9? It's all a game. It's all a game. Question number 9. What about this one? I'm making the leap to the next one. Okay. What's it called? Ooh, this is exciting. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Love it. Whilst you guys are having a think of that, I'm going to give you question number 10. Everyone's like, Mr. Duncan's never drawn that before. Can they figure it out? Guys, my lesson had to move on to the next part at some point or another. Can't be playing around naming a dumb mistake. Tripropane. Nope. You'll improve. People always improve. The more we play, the better it gets. It's an infinite chain. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you a hint. Going to give you a hint. Oh, I love it. Owen, I see what you did there because it's in a Dorito shape. That's genius. Genius. Trichlorocyclopropane. Whoa, Julius has gone mad. Propene. How can it be propene? Where's the double bond? Dorito, LOL. Okay. Julius was nearly there. Right. Step number 1. Longest chain. It is definitely a prop. Is it an ane or an een? It is an ane. But this time, well done, Masaru. Well done, Lauren. Well done, Callista. Good job, guys. It's in a cycle. It's in a circle. It's in a ring. So this is cyclopropane, another prefix. David says, how? I love your capitalization, David, like you're screaming at your screen. Like, how? Because it's cyclic. It's in a cyclo. Yeah? Now, please stop. I have nightmares from... I have no idea what any of that means. So, the word cyclo. This is where we need to add a note, don't we? Cyclo. Cyclo means in a ring. In a ring. So you can have cyclopropane. Oh, I'm going to redraw that. It was terrible. Sussumungus. I have no idea what any of these things are. So we have cyclopropane, which you guys have just picked up, which is great. I bet everyone knows what's coming next. What about this one? Everyone name this one, please. Drawing lots and lots of carbons and hydrogens today. On the chat, please. Who's going to be the first to get it? Who's going to be the first to get it? Next one. Who's going to get this one? Halo propane? What? Halo? No, come on. It's in a ring. It's not halo. Cyclo. Cyclobutane. Cyclopentane. Yes, that's better. Thank you, Owen. Thank you, Callista. Thank you, Masaru. So we've got cyclopropane. And then cyclobutane. And then cyclopentane. Can you see where this is going? Yeah, I like it. Doing well. It's a game about finding people who are suspicious. Sus. To win the game, like the social game mafia, I have no idea what any of that means. Like, none of that makes any sense to me. So, and guys, this can continue. You can have cyclooctane if you wish. Yeah. Cyclohexane is very common. Just we draw cyclohexane. Don't want to draw that one first. Cyclohexane. There we go. There's cyclohexane. Now I've got to go back to my previous one because I did set you a can drink cyclopentane. Holy moly. No, David, you definitely can't drink any of these. You definitely can't. Cyclopentane, actually, funnily enough, cyclopentane is, its boiling point is just below room temperature. It's not, it probably is a liquid at room temperature. It's really close. Like on a warm day, it's turning into a gas. Cyclohexane's got a boiling point of about 60 degrees. That one, you wouldn't want to drink it though. It's an oil, it's nasty. It's like drinking petrol. Not a good idea. And then I set you this one as a challenge. So this one is number of carbons, step number 1, 3 carbons. This is based on prop. Is it an ane or an een? It's an ane. And I now have a chloro, which I will attach to number 1. So this is 1. Oh, but it's a cyclo. So 1 chloro. 1 chloro. Cyclo. Propane. Isn't that cool? Oven. Right. Now that we've seen a couple of ring systems, it's quite nice. Oh dear. Oh dear. David, I've removed your messages. I'll remove you next time. You know, don't need to do any of that, David. I'm here to support, I'm here to help, here to teach. Right. So let's try a couple of others then. So what about this one? What question number were we on? Number 10. Let's go for number 11. Q11. Okay, so let's go for this one. Can everyone have a go at naming this one, please? Name this guy. Go. See who can be first one. 1-chlorocyclopropane. Well done, Callista. Great job. It's perfect. You're still getting your chloro wrong, Callista. It's C-H-L-O-R-O. You're putting chloro. Yeah, you need to just remove an O. Just remove an O. So let's see who can give me that one first. While you guys are doing that one, let me give you the next one. Number 12. What about I kind of want to keep with the Cyclo theme. Wait, Owen. Okay, so hang on. One Cyclo pro. Owen, consider what you've typed. Yeah, okay, he's fixed it. Well done. Cyclo 1 ETH. No, you're not following it. Well done, Jack. You don't need the 1 in there, but it's nice to see it. 1 Cyclo Pro. Don't need the 1, guys. And the 1 would be in the wrong position if you did. Oh, actually, hang on a minute. You'll be numbering the cyclo. Yeah, you don't need the number. It just becomes cyclopropene. Yeah, and if you wanted the 1, it would actually go where Jack put it. Prop 1-ene. You'd be numbering the ene and not the cyclo bit. If you put a number in something, if you have a number, whatever you put it in front of is what it's numbering. Yeah? So you can't put a cyclo on a 1. Yeah? Does that make sense? So this just becomes cyclo pro. If you wanted to number the 1, you could, because it would be 1, 2, 3, or the other way around. It makes no difference. And it would be 1-ene technically, but it makes no difference. That's just cyclopropene. Cyclopropene. Right, let's try another one. How about that one? How about that? How about that one? Give that one a go. Stage number 1. Longest chain. It's based on bute. Ene or ane. All single bonds. It's based on an ane. It is now cyclo. So I can stick in cyclo here. Now I add in my prefix of that one, and it's going to be on carbon number 1. Doesn't matter which way round I count it, as long as I make that number 1. And there are going to be 2 number 1s. This will be 1,1 diiodo. 1,1 diiodo cyclobutane. It's all a game. It's all a game. Not try. Try is 3. Die is 2. We can add that into our notes at this point, guys. Yeah, so we've got rule to separate numbers and letters, use a dash. To separate numbers, you use a comma. Wait, Mr. Duncan, can you explain the number? Oh yeah, 1,1. Yes, I can. The reason being is both of the iodines are on the same carbon. They're on carbon number 1, which is this one, which I numbered number 1. Numbers are confusing. I don't get 1, 1, and 1, 2. If you wanted to do 1, 2, Callista, yeah, let's draw that, number 13. What would 1, 2, let's name it. That would be 1, 2, diiodo cyclobutane. The numbers are telling you a position on the chain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a butte and make it cyclo. So I'm going to draw 4 carbons in a ring. I keep it as an ane, which is great, but then I know that on carbon number 1, which it doesn't really matter which one I number as number 1, I'm going, sorry, I'll put an iodo here and an iodo here, and all the rest of them will be H's. Does that make sense? I'm revising for Smith. Ferrous, A-level. Nice to do some cyclo naming then, Smith. This is right up your alley. You should be able to do all of these. Let's have a go with another one. Number 14. It's for fun. It's number 14. So what about this one? Don't overthink it on the numbers. You don't actually need a number here because it can't go anywhere else because it'll always be on the lowest number. But have a go at that one. Smith, you should definitely be able to do that. Give me that one. Cyclopentene, well done, great job, spot on, good job. So 5 carbons in a row, longest chain is pent. Next thing, it is an ene. I should color code it. It is an ene. And thirdly, it's in a ring. So this is now going to be cyclo. Cyclopentene. Thank you, Callista. Thank you, Zyna. Thank you, Owen. Owen, the number not required. Because you're not putting the cyclo on a carbon, so that number's not needed. Let's go for another one. Let's make it kind of pushing it a bit further here, guys, for Ferrous, for Smith. Let's have a go at this one. Yeah, okay. All H's. How about that? Have a go at that one. So only for things like CLs. Yes. Unless you never number a cyclo. You never bother. There would never be, you'd never put a number in front of the word cyclo. So don't worry about that. Have a go at this one. It's much more challenging. Owen, 1, 2, dichlorocyclobutene. Outstanding. Smith, you would have lost the mark at A level because you haven't got your numbers. You need your numbers because it could be 1, 1 or 1, 3. Does that make sense? You must have your numbers there, Smith. Same thing for Callista and Julius. You don't, okay, I love that Zyna included the 1 ene as well. That's okay, they'll allow that. That's okay, Zyna, good effort. I like it, it's good. So process, step number 1, longest chain is 4. So it's based on butte. The next thing is, it is a ring. Let's do it as a ring. So that one's now definitely going to be cyclo. Next, the double bond is between carbons 1, 2, and 3. So it's going to be butte 1-ene, cyclobute 1-ene. Now I'm going to attach my, the last thing I do is attach on my prefixes, which are my chlorine groups. And those chlorines are on 1 and 2. And we must have those numbers. You must have them because they could go somewhere else. So in this case, it's going to be 1, 2, dichloro cyclobutanene. You don't need this one here, but they wouldn't mind if you did. Nice. It's fun. Organic naming it's a lot of fun. Guys, that brings us to the end of our lessons on cyclos and halos. Oh, Joe, what? I'm going to keep going. Let's do a couple of extras just whilst I'm there. I've still got 5 minutes left. Oh, actually, technically 2 by this lesson. Let's try this one out. How about this one? What question number is this? Number 15. So let's go for number 16. How about this guy? How about that? Off you go, folks. How'd you name that one? Again, very much A-level. It's nice for you guys to be able to do these. It's awesome. Have a go at that one. I'm then going to draw an isomer. How about then this one? Just to let you know, by the way, that is carbon number 1, just so you know. 112 trichloropropene. Outstanding, Owen. I'm so impressed. Lauren, you've lost a number. Lauren, you've lost a number. Gayatri, I don't know which one you're trying to name, whether or not you were doing the cyclo. You may have lost the cyclo on your previous name one. Owen, I am so impressed with you. Zina, well done. Spot on. So this one, first thing to do, longest chain. I should make my pen a bit thicker. 1, 2, 3. It's based on prop. Number 2, it's got a double bond between carbons 1 and 2. That's prop 1-ene. Right, next, my attachments 1, 2, 3 of the same. So I'm now going to have trichloro. I'll move this over. This now becomes trichloro. But I now need to number them all. And this guy is on number 1, this guy is on number 1, and this guy is on number 2. 1, 1, 2. Trichloropropene. Those are chlorines. What have people done wrong? I don't know. I'm not sure which one Smith is going for. But a really lovely name. Happy with that one. Let's go for the next one. How about this one? Once again, same process. Step number 1, longest chain. Still based on prop. And it's still going to be a 1-ene. So the ene is between 113. Try. Is it possible to be 1C3C2? You guys are right on your name, by the way. Well done. So now that we've got, it is a 1-ene, and then I've moved one of the chlorines onto number 3. So this now becomes 1, 1, 3 trichloro. Prop 1-ene. Done. Not entirely sure what Smith's trying to do there. Well done, Callista. Spot on. You don't actually need the 1-ene, by the way. That bit is not actually needed because the ene would always be the lowest number in this case. So, you know, I'm really pushing you a bit far here, guys. But as I said, you don't need that number. But it's nice. That brings me to the end of my lesson today, folks. So we've seen cyclos and we've seen the halos. We're doing really, really well. Stop screen. Guys, I'll leave you. Oh, look at that. Ew, gross. It's hot. Very warm today. Guys, I will leave you all be. Have a nice rest of your day. And I'll see you all for the next lesson.